Today on Public Eye News, the Mackinac Bridge is currently closed to high-profile vehicles, and the Michigan Health Department is being sued for refusal to share virus records.
Later, Ross will have your weather for the weekend, and Scott will have your sports update. Hi, I'm Marin Parks.
And I'm Ross Ray, and welcome to Public Eye News. The Northern Michigan University Food Pantry has been fully stocked thanks to the help of students on used dining dollars. Starting last December, the WNMU Food Pantry introduced a new option for students who had excess dining dollars to donate to the program at the end of the semester. Thanks to the program, 130 students donated around $5,400 to help the students in need, being stocked with cereal, salad dressings, granola bars, snack foods, and other food items. To learn more about the WNMU Food Pantry, visit the pantry's website at nmu.edu/DSO/WNMU Food Pantry. And the Biden administration announced yesterday that it was delaying the effective date of a policy intended to prevent lead pollution of drinking water. This comes after the Trump administration completed a regulatory rewrite in December, which is currently being challenged in court by numerous states and advocacy groups, who will contend the new measure is weak and gives public utilities too long to replace the aging lead-contained pipes, such as those committed drinking water in Flint, Michigan. The Environmental Protection Agency hasn't decided on whether to seek changes, but it wants to review the revised rule, take public input, and consult with affected parties. The overhaul has been pushed back to June 17th from the original date of March 16th and will allow comments on an additional proposed delay until December 16th. And at 4 a.m. this morning, firearms were stolen from the Bullet Hole Firearms Training in Holland, Michigan, after an SUV was used to ram the business. Police reported the SUV had been stolen and was used to allow 4 thieves to get into the gun shop. No arrests have been made at this time.
Anyone looking to cross the Mackinac Bridge today should expect delays and even consider planning ahead for possible closures. The Mackinac Bridge Authority, or MBA, announced earlier today that they will only be allowing passenger cars and vans as well as empty pickup trucks to cross. They also advised drivers to slow to speeds of 20 miles per hour when approaching the bridge and to be prepared for frequent stops. The MBA plans to have personnel stationed at both ends of the bridge who will help to give drivers directions on when and how to proceed across the bridge. These restrictions are due to the 50 miles per hour winds currently being experienced across the bridge. For the most recent updates on bridge closures and restrictions, go to www.mackinacbridge.org or follow @MackinacBridge on Twitter. A bare-knuckle fighter from Gaylord, Michigan was charged for the hit-and-run death of a Grayling, Michigan man that took place last August. The 37-year-old woman struck the motorcycle of the 56-year-old man with her car after leaving a bar in Crawford County. She then proceeded to continue driving without stopping to assist the man that she hit, who later died from injuries he sustained in the crash. The woman was arrested recently while in Ellsbury, Missouri, and has since been extradited to Michigan, where she has been charged with reckless driving, causing death, as well as hit-and-run driving. Bond for her crimes was set on Monday, March 8th at $250,000. The fighter managed to participate in a fight in Biloxi, Mississippi, which she lost before being arrested. No comments have been given by her attorney. The Mackinac Center Legal Foundation is suing the Michigan Health Department over their refusal to release information about COVID-19 deaths tied to nursing homes. This refusal to provide records was brought to light when the health department refused to provide ages, dates of death, and whether the person became ill in a long-term care facility to a Detroit journalist seeking the records for a story. The health department claimed that the information being sought out was exempt under Michigan's public records law and thus needn't be provided. Contradicting this claim, however, is the fact that the Michigan Health Department sells death certificates with more information on them than is being requested by the journalist. And stay right here, because after this break, we'll be back with your national and international news.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer DeLynn, the host of Ask the Doctors. Please join me and many of my colleagues this season for Ask the Doctors. All year long, we will explore important medical topics, talk about new treatments, and most importantly, answer your questions with doctors live in our studio.
Call in and ask the doctors your questions live tonight at 8.
Welcome back. Former Presidents Barack Obama, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and Jimmy Carter, as well as the First Ladies Michelle Obama, Laura Bush, Hillary Clinton, and Rosalia Carter, are urging the American people to go out and get vaccinated as part of the campaign to overcome hesitancy about the shots. The It's Up to You campaign currently has 2 30-second PSAs and encourages Americans to visit the www.getvaccineanswers.org website to get facts about the vaccines. And this morning, clashes broke out between police and protesters in the Greek city of Thessaloniki after authorities ended an occupation of students and other demonstrators in the city's main university building. The occupation of 3 weeks was to protest the decision made by the center-right government to start police patrols of university campuses. Despite lockdown restrictions, dozens of protester marches have been taking place across Greek cities over the past month and against the prospect of police gaining access to campuses.
Earlier today, Prince William of the Buckingham royal family made a statement regarding the claims of racism brought up by Prince Harry and his wife Meghan during an interview with Oprah Winfrey. Prince William is the first of the royal family to respond to the accusations of racism and is vehemently in denial of them. Buckingham Palace has been trying and failing to get these accusations off their backs since they were first made, and responded with a 61-word statement regarding the scandal, widely received by the public as an empty gesture. And earlier today, 59 Democratic state legislators voted to have Governor Andrew Cuomo removed from office following allegations of groping and sexual assault. An unidentified aide to Cuomo claimed that upon summoning her to his official residence late last year, Cuomo proceeded to reach under her shirt and grope her. In New York, the Assembly can vote to impeach Cuomo and will likely do so, as claims of verbal and physical sexual assault of many women in the workplace pile up.
As car thief reports are on the rise in the United States, Fort Lauderdale police have some tips on how to prevent your vehicles from being stolen. Ted Scouten has more.
As you can see, you got a couple cars here. You have this white Tesla here. The mirrors are tucked in. And in the same driveway, you have a Mercedes sedan with the mirrors that are out.
Just by taking a simple walk, Fort Lauderdale Police Detective Tim Shields knows exactly what cars could be targets of criminals. On many high-dollar cars, if the mirrors aren't tucked in, it's likely unlocked.
This Bentley is more than likely a car that they would try. That means that the car is secured and the fob is not inside. However, the Porsche here would be a car that our suspects would come out and attempt to try, hoping that the key fob would be left inside.
The biggest problem is that in many cases, car owners leave their key fobs in their unlocked cars, making theft very simple.
These criminals know what they're looking for. And if you left your key fob inside your car, you've instantly made yourself an easy target.
Surveillance video shows just how fast these cars can be snatched.
I had my car stolen. Don't feel sorry for me because I was the idiot who left the keys in the car.
John O'Flaherty knows firsthand his Beamer was stolen from his driveway in East Fort Lauderdale at 3 in the afternoon.
Car drives by, stops, backs up. They spotted the mirrors that were not folded in. Guy jumps out of the car. He's in my car, in my driveway, peels out in like 5 seconds.
They are targeting high-end cars in high-end neighborhoods, very upper echelon neighborhoods, and cars that are very expensive that they can resell on the street.
Signs are up around Fort Lauderdale asking people, where's your fob? It's a reminder to secure your car.
Make sure of where their key fob is at all times. Make certain that when you're coming home, when you get inside your house, to make known where your key fob is to take it inside.
With auto thefts on the rise, many cities are doing just like Fort Lauderdale, warning people. Hollywood recently put out this video on social media, your 9 p.m. routine.
It's really easy. At 9 o'clock or around,
remove your belongings from your car.
lock your car doors.
And don't become a victim
of a crime.
And make this your 9 p.m. routine.
So again, police say prevention, very simple. Don't leave your fob or your keys in the car when you get out of the car. Make sure you lock it and don't leave valuables inside. In Fort Lauderdale, Ted Scouten, CBS 4 News.
Now to a disturbing story. A couple that owned a reform school for girls in Missouri is charged for multiple counts of statutory rape. CBS's Adriana Diaz has more on how they got away with this for so long.
Tonight, Boyd Householder and his wife Stephanie face more than 100 charges of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse, which investigators say took place at their boarding school.
With 16 victims so far, we believe this to be one of the most widespread cases of sexual, physical, and mental abuse patterns against young girls and women in Missouri history.
Boyd Householder faces 80 offenses, which include multiple counts of second-degree statutory rape and sodomy. His wife's charges range from abuse to endangering the welfare of a child.
As the father of 2 young girls, it is simply unthinkable to me.
Since 2006, the Householders owned and operated the Circle of Hope Girls Ranch in Cedar County, Missouri, a Christian school they said could reform rebellious teenagers. Last year, authorities removed all the girls from the facility. The householder's daughter, Amanda.
I kept getting messages from random girls that I didn't even know telling me the same thing.
They had been molested?
Correct.
In a recent interview with the Kansas City Star, the householders described the allegations against them as all lies, calling their accusers angry and bitter. The ranch closed in September. Adriana Diaz, CBS News.
Stay right here because after this break, Ross will have your weather report and Scott will have your sports update. Stay tuned.
This is the one mystery I want to know.
On Finding Your Roots, Lisa Ling.
I spent 17 years of my life being very ashamed of being Chinese American.
Christiane Amanpour.
My dad didn't talk much about it.
And Ann Curry.
Oh my goodness. Scandal.
3 journalists.
No, come on.
Discover the news.
It's wonderful to know.
About their ancestors.
Amazing.
Finding Your Roots.
Tuesday night at 9 on WNMU TV.
And welcome back to Public Eye News. My name is Ross Ray, but you already knew that. Looking behind me at the academic campus here, we have some sun in the sky and that snow is melting away, and that should continue through the rest of our week. Looking at our current conditions, it's mostly cloudy with a temperature of 36 degrees, our winds west at 20 miles per hour, and a barometric pressure of 29.75 and falling. Going on to later tonight, we're gonna have some mostly clear skies with a low of 20 degrees and our winds west at 10 miles per hour. And looking to tomorrow, that sun's going to be back in the sky with some cold temperatures of around 28 degrees and our winds northwest at 20 miles per hour. Now looking across the UP here, we have a bunch of clouds in the sky and temperatures varying across the board right now. So we're going to start all the way here at Sault Ste. Marie at 33 and cloudy. Cloudy is also going to be at Manistee with 48 degrees. Mostly cloudy is going to be over here in Escanaba at 44 degrees, and down south in Menominee it's going to be 39 and mostly sunny. Moving to our other half of the UP, some extra little sun in the sky there, 45 for Iron Mountain. Ironwood's going to have some clouds at 36 degrees. All the way up and home, it's going to be 22 degrees and cloudy. Back here in Marquette, it's going to be 36 and mostly cloudy. Let's look at your week ahead. On Saturday, we're going to have a high of 48, low of 27, and some sunny skies. On Sunday, we're going to have a high of 32, low of 19, and mostly sunny skies. And to round out our weekend, Monday is going to have some sun in the sky with a high of 33 degrees and a low of 22. That is your weather for the week. Now turning over to Scott Minshall with some sports.
Thanks a lot, Ross. The Northern Michigan Wildcats hockey team wrapped up their regular season last week. As the team prepares for the upcoming playoffs, they can celebrate, as 3 of the players on the team have been named to the All-WCHA team. Senior captain Joseph Nardi was named to the 2nd team All-WCHA. Sophomore Andrea Gontas was named to the 3rd team, and freshman goalie Rico DiMatteo was named to the All-Rookie team. The Wildcats open the postseason this weekend with the best-of-3 series at Bowling Green State University. Puck drop is set for 7:07 for Game 1. March Madness is just around the corner, and teams are looking to punch their tickets to get into the tournament. Unfortunately for the Duke Blue Devils, their season is officially over, as a player on the team tested positive for the coronavirus. The player tested positive is a walk-on who had not played in previous games, meaning Duke's opponents should not have to worry about contact tracing. This will be the first time since 1995 that Duke does not make an appearance in the NCAA tournament. Miami Heat center Myles Leonard has been suspended for a week and fined $50,000 for comments he made on a live stream earlier this week. Leonard used an anti-Semitic slur while playing video games and was immediately put on leave of absence from the Miami Heat. The NBA has put out a statement condemning Leonard's comments, and Leonard himself has also apologized for the incident. The NBA has said Leonard is going through sensitivity training and has spoken with the Anti-Defamation League to learn from his mistakes. Well, there's some pretty interesting sports stories there. It's definitely weird to see a program like Duke not in the tournament this year.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely interesting things going on this year. You know, COVID has changed a lot this year, and we definitely are seeing that in March Madness. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Scott Minshaw.
And I'm Martin Parks.
Thank you for tuning in, and tune in tomorrow for another edition of Public Eye News.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.